Welcome to the finish of what has had to have been one of the most scintillating and just brilliant rounds of the World Rally Championship. We were kept on the edge of our seats right until the end. And Jenny, ultimately for me, I have to say Kalle Rovanperä, a worthy winner.
Oh, definitely, no question about that. Look, and just going back to what you were saying about Rally Croatia, we've got to earmark this as this is going to go down as one of the greats, certainly in the last 5-6 years of the sport, going right down to the final stage and all the shenanigans we've seen today with tyres and weather and everything else, and Kalle Rovanperä coming into the final stage, trailing by 1.4 seconds, and then just putting everything on the line on the hard compound tyre, which I'm still not convinced was definitely the tyre to be on. It was a compromise. Certain parts of the stage, the soft would have worked, and other bits the hard, but still, either way, incredible drive.
Elvin came up with the perfect tyre package. He said he would have gone with 2, 2 and 2. Because then you're covered, aren't you?
Yeah, that's not a bad way to be, yeah.
It's not, but let's jump straight in and listen to exactly what Kalle had to say.
Yeah, it was getting quite tough today with the conditions and tyre choice, but then at the end it was nice to finish it with the win.
Talking to your teammate EP, he said that you're now on just another level. How does it feel right now? The way that you're driving, it's all just coming naturally, and there's more to come maybe.
Yeah, let's see. Of course, now it has been going well and everything is good. Of course, after this one we will have the tough events when opening the road. But yeah, of course I'm happy everything is going well and the driving and the pace is really good.
So the big question now for Kalle as we go forward to a gravel rally where the perennial problem for a championship leader on gravel is first on the road.
Yeah, look, but the thing is, he's going to have so much confidence going forwards, and regardless of the fact that, he will be first on the road in Portugal, if he can get a top 5, that'll do him. The other thing you've got to remember is Sebastian Loeb and Sebastian Ogier are going to be back in Portugal, and that works against Elvin Evans and Tänak and those guys who are already on the back for the championship. So Kalle is really well placed. Look, he is going to struggle in Portugal, no question about it, but he's full of confidence. If he can get a top 5, top 6, he should be happy with that.
It's all massively weather dependent, isn't it? If we get a lot of rain in Portugal, he's absolutely in the box seat. But what I think is really interesting, we've talked endlessly about the maturity of Kalle Rovanperä, the development of Kalle Rovanperä. We've seen him run first on the road on days on a gravel rally. We've never really seen him leading the championship on a gravel round. For me, Portugal, Sardinia, moving forward, this is where we're really going to see just how mature he is.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to phase him. I think he's so mentally strong, mentally calm. If he could cope with what he's had to deal with yesterday afternoon and today, he'll be just fine going into those gravel events. And he knows, like I said, top 5, top 6, just keep putting the points away.
For me, what he did after stage 19 was, when he had that lead, he'd seen the lead go, he'd lost the lead, and then suddenly put it all back together in a time. Those tyres had no right to do that time, did they?
No, he's, like I said, it's no question the best drive of his WRC career this weekend, and it'll strike fear into the hearts of everybody in the service park, and rightly so. He'll have gotten into everybody's head. More than that, he's not going to be arrogant about this win, but for the first time in his career, really, he can quite comfortably leave Croatia saying, "I'm not chasing you guys. You're now chasing me."
100%.
And that's not an arrogant thing.
No,
but
it's a statement of fact.
Gives you confidence.
Yeah, it absolutely does. And Kalle Rovanperä and Toyota striking the fear very much into the heart of Hyundai. But we can't ignore the fact that Hyundai's had a 2-3, a double podium, good points, and a strong result. And arguably, what Thierry Neuville has done is equally merit-worthy, isn't he? He's been as high as you can go and as low as you can go here.
Thierry Neuville is on a path for driver of the weekend for me with Kalle Rovanperä, and that's saying an awful lot because Kalle's been unbelievable. Thierry's picked up all those time penalties. He just refuses to give in.
Yeah.
And actually, the more adversity he faces, the quicker
he gets.
Absolutely, and that is the sign of a true champion. He's never won a world championship, but he doesn't half drive like one. And this weekend, to finish third after all those penalties and being hauled up in front of the FIA for various, he's done a great job.
I would say emotionally a very tough weekend for us, for the team, but especially for me and Martin. Being in this situation where we were able to fight for victory and suddenly the car make us some small mistakes or issues, which at the end brought more issues. I lock up a single wheel on the braking, and I had to release the brakes and go again, but obviously it was too late. I knew it was a tricky corner, but I just caught some dirt on the inside, and I tried to save as good as I can. At that moment, luck was with us, at least once for the weekend. So
we kind of leapfrogged over Tänak there. Superb performance from the Estonian himself. I think what we need to understand from Oit's perspective, though, is that actually he was there because they made a really solid tyre choice. You know, the fact that he was leading the event by 1.4 seconds going into the final stage. You look at a complete picture of a team. They got the tyres, they got the weather bang on, but I think that actually it shone quite a nice light on the Hyundai, that performance. For me, the car's not quite there with the Toyota still.
It's so difficult to gauge here in Croatia because it comes down to the roads. It's such a unique rally, and
it's very specific.
It's so specific. And one thing that I will say about Tänak is, coming into this morning, I think he knew that 20 seconds was a big ask, just on pace alone, to catch him on normal roads, which is why he went, you know what, we need to do something radical here. It might rain, it's a 50-50, bang the softs on her, chuck 2 wets in the back, and let's take a gamble. The worst that was going to happen at that point is he was going to stay in second place.
Where we were on Friday evening, where we end up was not so bad. A lot more promising than expected in that moment. And then, I would say for sure we were lacking this kind of pace, to really compete directly to other guys. Maybe 80% today is possible. Other than that, is not really there yet. But I would say from the other side, we were really clever. We were doing good tire choices, and this definitely played out well this weekend.
M Sport, Breen there in fourth. Mixed bag. You know, the boy didn't look terribly happy, did he, when he came away from here? How should Craig feel?
Disappointed is the honest answer to that one, I think, because he knows he can go better, and things got away from him a little bit yesterday afternoon. He was still on the pace, but just those little mistakes were creeping in, and he will be disappointed. I know Craig well, and at the end of the day, he's a realist, and he knows that the pace is in him and in the car for certainly a podium, and it just didn't come together today. So he'll be disappointed, not with fourth, but he'll be disappointed with the fact that he could have done better, and that's a good trait to have, actually.
It is, absolutely. And Jenny does know Craig Breen quite well. If you haven't seen yet, have a look at the video that we made on Thursday. Very entertaining, very entertaining. And sorry, Craig, for calling you a boy. That's a little bit rude, wasn't it?
He's all right. He is a boy.
Gus Greensmith, again, up and down, lots of punctures, but strong performance. He reckons that, without the issues, without the punctures, he could have been top 5 again. He goes away from here pretty confident and looking forward to Portugal, his favourite event. Yeah,
Gus hasn't really made many mistakes himself this weekend. He's picked up punctures, and maybe some people would say, oh well, he shouldn't have cut here and he shouldn't have cut there.
Bit of a mistake of that hairpin.
You take other than the hairpin. You're talking about the one on day one.
Yeah.
I mean, he came round there fairly hot, didn't he? And he did. There was a big dollop of lock on, and she wasn't stopping.
A dollop of lock.
Like it was anyway up the bank, but he got away with it. And on the whole, he has driven well, and I would say a top 5, top 6 was certainly on the cards for Gus, and he can leave here happy with the performance he's put in, and those punctures, it's a tough pill to swallow when you're driving and then suddenly you feel something's not right, and you're gonna just hemorrhage time throughout the rest of the stage. But
is a tough pill like a bitter pill?
Like a bitter pill to swallow. That's why you do what you do.
Croatia Rally. What do we think, Jenny? Already, from what the boys have been saying, from what the drivers have been saying, it's a classic. Thierry Neuville, it's his favourite tarmac rally in the world, and he's from Ypres, from Belgium.
Sorts the men from the boys, doesn't it?
It certainly does.
It sorts the men from the boys, and it is such a unique rally. It goes back to what we were saying. The roads change, the unpredictability of the surface changes, and in and out of the trees, and then you've got those crests, those high-speed crests, lots of off-camber stuff, lots of cutting. It's got everything to make a rally really, really exciting, and it's given us an absolute banger this weekend. I've enjoyed every single second of it, and
That's what you get with Dirtfish.
Yes, very true.
It has been a sublime round of the World Rally Championship. Round 3 done and dusted. We look forward to seeing you in Portugal, Jenny. It's been absolute. What's it been? An absolute. It's been an absolute something.
Choose your words carefully here.
No, it's been a joy, mate. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you for having me. I've had a blast.
Probably won't have
I've had a genuine blast. Thank you. You've got a good team of boys here, Elliot and Luke and everyone on the tools in the background. So thank you.
No, it's been good. It has been good. We will see you next time. Thank you. Between here and Portugal, keep in touch on dirtfish.com.